What's going on, my family? Many people want to know what inspired me to start creating content, what kind of drove me to, you know, blow up so fast, things like that. But one thing I want you to know is that I've been doing this for a long time. What you could say I've been doing recently is self improvement content, helping people out, helping myself out, self help. But I've been doing that since I was like 4 years old. My grandmother used to talk to me about issues, and we always had that like mind. It was like I always had that old soul element to me. My mother opens up to me. Many people just feel comfortable with opening up to me. I don't know what it is exactly, but I embrace it. So what I'm doing now has always been a part of me. And I've also always been creating content. I started my content creation journey when I was in about sixth grade. And I had like a few YouTubes and Vine, all those things. And then in eighth grade, I started my older YouTube, the one that I have now. It has like 2,700 subs. And I bargained with starting a new YouTube for a long time. And then I eventually did. And that's where we are today. So the content I used to make, it kind of, I went all the way around the world. I used to make anime music videos. I used to make GTA videos, 2K videos, like all types of games, just chasing whatever was out there. And I didn't really have much success, but it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot, the ups and downs. So a lot of people hit me up like, bro, how did you grow so fast? You came out of nowhere, but they didn't see X amount of years of me failing constantly and learning. Nobody sees that, they just see the end result. So I mean, you can't blame them. That's just the way life is. You know what I mean? So that part. But what really inspired me in this era of time to start making this particular content is that I was going through some things. So around, I'm gonna say February, I had started to make self improvement content on my old channel, right? And I had a few videos that had a little bit of success, and people was like, "Yeah, this dude is on to something." Like, you know what I'm saying? And I already had that confidence in myself. I just know that I have to be consistent and keep doing things enough to where one person recognizes, and then 10 recognize, and then 1,000. Like, I know my self worth, I know my self value because I have worked very hard to become who I am today. You know what I mean? I used to be insecure about myself. I didn't really accept myself, and it was because I was chasing the validation and acceptance of other people. But when I started my journey to find myself, which was around sixth grade, um, things started to change. I started to lose those so-called friends, and I really started to lock into who I was, and I was able to get a good view of who I was from a fairly early age, and that helps with the finding your purpose or discovering your purpose, because we all have a purpose. You just have to discover it and align with it. Um, so I was going through some things, and I started to make self-improvement content, and then I met my little lady, and we had a pretty good run. It was a beautiful experience. I love her to life. We're not together anymore, but when I was with her, I invested all my time into her because she had things going on in her life, and when I met her, I felt this sense of deprivation in her soul. Like, she didn't have anybody to talk to. She didn't have anybody to be there for her. So I made sure that I was there. I was present. I gave her everything I had and things that I didn't have. You know what I mean? I gave her all the energy I had, and I gave her energy I didn't have. And I eventually, exhausted myself. But I was, that's how my love works. I'm a very resilient person, and I love very hard. I'm willing to make those sacrifices for the people I love. Well, at the time when we met, I had just started back working a 9 to 5. And I don't like working for anybody. I'm a free spirit. But I needed to for the money, and especially with me going to see her, I had to have some money. But I had goals, so I started working, and then like a day or two after I started working, me and her actually met for the first time. And had many beautiful experiences, things like that. And I wanted to move her away from a toxic environment, so I had to have money so we could get an apartment and things like that. So that was my drive. Well, in that period of time, I had started making the self-improvement content and talking and doing things like this, less editing, because it was more efficient. And I already had a good, ability to speak very clearly and efficiently and make points, get across very quickly without having to ramble and then cut this out and clip this out, because that's I've always been interested in people who spoke well. So I always, took pride in that and practiced that. So with me juggling a 9 to 5 job and making self-improvement content and being, an amazing partner, being very present, that was, where all my energy was spread out to. But it got to the point where I had to put more energy into the relationship, right? I put myself last. I put myself on the back burner. That's how I felt. That's what I felt like I needed to do. Some of the videos I made, you know, she didn't really agree with, and I was like, you know what? I'm worried about the relationship. This is more important to me. So that's what I did. I went down into the relationship, and I essentially put myself on the back burner for, an extended period of time. I didn't really play guitar, and things like that. And I'm not blaming her by any means. I chose to do all of this because that's what I felt like was needed. Because, like I said, I felt like she was very deprived and things like that. So, any chance I got to fill her life, fill that void, I did that. Whenever she would tell me that she never been to a place, I would take her there. Whenever she told me she never seen something, I would take her to see it. Whenever she told me she never ate something that she wanted to eat, I would do that for her. You know what I mean? So I enjoyed it. It was beautiful and it was very fulfilling to me until I eventually exhausted myself, until we start having little issues and things like that. And I reverted back to myself, back into my archives. But sometimes we have so much blockage that we can't see our own way out of our own heads. So I turned back to self improvement content and started watching things and reading quotes and, kind of clearing my mind out a little bit. And the more and more intense the problems got, the more I started pulling myself out of it. Not in the sense of quitting on her. I would never give up on anybody I love. But if you give up on yourself and you give up on us, then I can't force you to do anything. So I started taking my emotions out of it. Not in the sense that I was cold hearted and I didn't care about it, but I couldn't have my emotions on a string anymore. You can't call me here and then I get happy and then you send me away and then I get depressed. You know what I mean? So I had to just stay away sometimes, and sometimes I had to go there with a neutral level of emotions and things like that, and that's what I did. And I could give a lot of appreciation and gratitude to self improvement videos and listening to philosophies and things like that. And I can't even recite all the information I just took over. And really just the main thing I want to tell y'all, because a lot of people ask me what type of books I read, who do I watch, all these things. Bro, I'm telling you, life is the greatest book. Life is the greatest teacher. I don't read, and that's something I want to tackle. But I listen to older people. Listen to older people. They've been here for X amount of years. They don't have it figured out, but they have more experience. Even if they don't make the best decisions, you can still learn from other people's experiences. So I just listened to a lot, listened to my grandfather a lot, and just learned a lot. A lot of things were, awakened in me. So in that period of time, I was like, you know what? What's really missing in my life is me getting back to me. And if, I invest so much in people and I don't really get a return on it in the long run, or if something was to happen, all my chips would, go away. Like I wouldn't have anything to hold on to. That means I need to focus on myself. I need to feed myself. And I was so tired because I was doing nothing that I love. So I started picking up my guitar again. I started feeling a little happy. I'm like, oh snap. That song I've been trying to learn for 3 months, I done learned it in 3 days. And then I started back making content. I'm like, bro, I feel like myself again. Like my skin, I feel good. And I just kept going and kept going and kept going. I fell off a little bit. And we would get back together and, fix things. And I learned how to juggle it a bit. But then it got to the point where it was just like to no avail, things were happening. Eventually she ended up moving away with her family. Like when we first met, her mother was like, yeah, I want you to know that we're actually moving in like 6 months. I was like, oh, okay, nice to meet you. You know what I mean? So I already knew, that's why I was working so hard, putting myself through so much. But I seen it happen and I seen what was going on. I seen how the trauma of her life constantly hooked her back in. It was like, her family, basically she relied on her family and she didn't really have the courage to break away from that, or the strength. And it just happens to some people, and it's sad to see beautiful flowers get placed in poisonous soil and stay there. You know what I mean? But, you know, it's just life. But I started creating content. I wanted to change my life. Like I was tired of this, right? And a lot of people are gonna go through a situation in life, and they're gonna realize that the only thing that is gonna change the way they feel, to where they don't keep constantly getting in this little rut, and that life just sucks for the moment. Like those moments, the only way to change that is to change your life. That is to do the things that you love. That is to change the quality of your life. Really invest in yourself so that you can become free in the mind, the spirit, and eventually the body. To where you don't have to work for people and things like that. And maybe working for someone, a corporate job, is something is that you want to do. But if you wanted to work, let's say you wanted to work at Walmart, right? And you was working at Taco Bell, you're probably not gonna be happy at Taco Bell. But you keep making these steps to get to Walmart. When you finally get to Walmart, you have fulfilled yourself, my friend. So me personally, I'm a free spirit. I want to travel a lot. If me and you friends, you know what I'm saying, you call me like, yo bro, what's going on? Just got to Japan. Then you hang up the phone 10 minutes later, yo bro, what you doing? Oh, I'm on the top of the pyramids in Egypt. Like, bro, what are you doing? I'm free. That's what I love. I've always had that freedom element to me. I've always had that element to help people. I used to call myself the world's therapist, right? And then when things got tough, I would ask myself, well, who helps the therapist? And that that hurt. But back to the content. Really, one of the reasons why I started making this content was to express myself. I used to record myself, vent things, and then delete the videos because you got to get that stuff off your chest. I had times in the past where I held stuff in and it came back to haunt me. So I used to record videos and get stuff off my chest. And then eventually when I got all the emotions out of it, to where it wasn't like, oh, this dude's telling his own sob story, that's when I started making content so I could help other people. And then on top of that, I could go back and watch these things and remember things for myself. And I think a lot of us, and I'll speak for myself, but I know a lot of things, I know I can do a lot of things, but sometimes I just need to hear it. Sometimes I just need to see it. That's why I got so hooked into manifestation. Like that piece of paper right there says I have 100,000 subscribers. I said that I obtained that mindset. I'm a YouTuber with 100,000 subscribers. I have to have the quality of a YouTuber with 100,000 subscribers, the consistency. And I became that. And now it's coming into fruition. We'll hit 100,000 subscribers Friday, Saturday at the latest. I don't even think it's going to last that long. But I adopted that mindset, and I needed to see things. I needed to hear things. Like you right now. You probably battling something. You're probably thinking about something. But I'm telling you, bro, you can do it. You holding yourself back and you know it. Just put yourself out there and stay consistent. You probably like, bro, I knew that, but it just hits different coming from somebody. Well, my friend, you can be that somebody for yourself. I can sit here and tell myself these things, but it's easier for me to hold myself accountable if I speak to this camera and have these videos and have people that's actually learning from it. They're being helped, and I get help from y'all being helped. You know what I'm saying? So it's this whole like never ending loop of positivity. And that's what really inspired me to start making these videos. And I was just able to hold myself, to a higher standard. And it's been paying off. Y'all have literally changed my life. None of this would have happened if I didn't stay consistent and I didn't produce the quality that I did. But the support system is amazing. And when you put out good energy, you have to receive it back. You have to receive it back. So that's pretty much the inspiration, behind my channel. That's pretty much what fueled my channel. You could say it was a breakup. You could say it was my burning passion, the undeniable identity of myself, however you want to put it, but it's all the same. Work has to be done. Consistency is key. And many people don't understand my channel. Maybe my channel doesn't resonate with many people, but the people that are here, that's what we need. That's my target audience. I'm not trying to find a select demographic of people. It's just like-minded individuals are part of the tribe. The tribe extends all over the world. We're not trying to talk to people who only have 5 fingers on their right hand. We're not trying to talk to people who only have 1 arm. Whoever my messages resonate with. And there's a message for everybody or somebody on my channel. One of these videos resonate with you some way, somehow. Even just the ones like where you can change your life if you really, have a plan, stick to it, and do what you have to do. Like, these messages resonate with everybody. And I need all these messages. Even if I'm not going through some of these certain things. Maybe I've been through them before. Maybe I've been around people that have been affected by it. But I feel like it's my duty to speak about these things. and that's what I'm gonna continue to do. So I appreciate y'all. I will always show the most love and gratitude. But this is what it is. I hope y'all down for the ride, and I hope y'all support me on the expansion of this channel, because just sitting down and talking is not all that I do. As y'all can see, I have guitars in the background. I'm gonna be posting some guitar content. I'm in love with cars. Always been fascinated with cars. I want to do some journeys, POV drives, some ASMR, some late night drives and talk. I would love to catch like a rainy day and go on the interstate and just drive and talk and let that rain ambient noise be in the background, things like that. Traveling. And I really just want to inspire everybody that you can change your life. And when you change your life, when you really invest in yourself, these are the things that you can experience. This is how it feels to experience these things. It's just inspiration for myself and for you guys, because y'all are my family. We are a tribe, and we got to stick together in this cold world. Go where the warmth is. Y'all know where it is. You know what I'm saying? So once again, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have done it again. Made my day, made my life, changed my life, and I couldn't ask for a better community. So, made it to the end. I love you. If you didn't, I love you. I love you. But yeah, man, I will talk to y'all soon. More videos on the way. I'm about to go open up a P.O. box. So if y'all want to send letters, y'all want to send, if y'all have brands, like someone sent me this, I'll link all that down below. A good friend of mine. And if y'all want to send anything, feel free. Just like I'm showing this, I'll show whatever you have. I'll read your letters. We can start a series where I open P.O. box letters and read them. We could do all types of stuff. So I'm about to set up my P.O. box. I'm about to go turn in my documents to get a passport and just keep producing. So I love you. Thank you. You have a great day. The tribe is on the rise.